Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss on Python variables and Python data types. So, in any programming language, we know that we need containers of data. The variables acts as a containers for storing data values. In Python, creating variables is very simple as Python has no command for declaring a variable. What do I mean by that? That means a variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. So this concept will be understood clearly when we go for coding. Another important thing about variables in Python is dynamically typed. That means in Python, variables data type need not to be specified. And data type is decided for a variable based on the value assigned to it during the execution. Now, let us discuss on Python data types as well. So in Python, there are different data types. For example, numeric types, text type, boolean type, sequence types, mapping type, set type. Other than these data types, there are many data types which we have in Python, but these are the most used and most relevant data type what we have. In this also, we can categorize into two kinds. First part we can say numeric types, text type and boolean type. These are the data types which can hold a single value. That means one variable can hold one value at a time. Whereas sequence types, mapping type, set types, these data types are also called as collections which hold multiple values. Our concentration for this video will be on numeric type, text type and boolean type. Whereas the collections, that is sequence types, mapping type and set types, we are going to see in upcoming videos. Okay, now let us move on to the coding part. First, let us discuss on variable. As I have mentioned, variable is a container of data and it has a name, data type, value, lifetime and scope. Now let us understand this by an example. So consider that we have a requirement of storing student details. Okay, so I have stored the name of the student as Vivek, USN, date of birth, age, marital status, and CGPA. These are the details I have stored. You can observe that I have used lowercase letters for variable names. So this is the variable name, this is the value assigned to it. Same is true with other variables as well. If you again observe at the variable and assignments, you can clearly find that we have not declared the variable, but we have directly assigned variable with the values. So this is the way we have to create the variable. We are not going to create variables like say int var1. Okay, now let us execute it and you can see invalid syntax error what we are getting. That means this syntax is not correct. I was mentioning the data type here and the variable name. So this declaration of variable is invalid. Instead, we can directly use a variable and assign a value to it. So what about data type? As I have already told, data type is decided by Python while executing based on the value of the variable, value assigned to the variable. Okay, so let us first execute this and see whether any error comes. No error is there. That means all the variables are executed properly and the values are stored in these variables. Let me check one variable at least. So I am fetching name. You can see Vivek has been accessed. So value of name is Vivek. So let us now print all these details, or let us access all these details which are stored in the different variables. So for that, I have the print statement for name, USN, date of birth, age, marital status, and CGPA. Okay, so let me execute this. Yes, you can see here the data, whatever we have stored, it is retrieved. Now the question arises, how I can know what are the data types associated with these variables. So the data type here is string. Then again, this is also a string. Strings can be noted using either double quote or single quotes. This is also a string, and age is a int. It is an integer data type, whereas marital status is a boolean. CGPA is float. How I know this? I know by practice, but you also can get this information by type operator. Let me do that. Print type of name. It will return to what class or what data type our name variable belongs to. I have executed and you can see it is belonging to a class string. Same thing we can repeat for other variables as well and execute again. Type of USN, type of date of birth, type of age, marital status, and type of CGP. So let me run this code now, and you can see that as I already mentioned, these belong to the data types of string, and age is int, class of marital status is boolean, and CGPA belongs to class of float. So in these variable and data type, we have missed out one particular type of data type, that is complex numeric data type. So let us check that as well. For that, let me define a variable val1 is equal to 2.4j. This is the syntax. Okay, so let me execute it. So if only one variable is there, I can print like this. Okay, here if you violate the syntax, what happens, that we can check. You can see it is an error because this is not defined. J4 is considered to be a variable according to Python. That's why it is not valid. Again, you cannot use 4i or 4k, invalid syntax. So you can only use 4j or 5j. So always use the form of a plus bj. Okay, I hope this is understood. Now you want to check the type of this variable, means you can check that as well by again type. You can see it is complex. This val1 is a complex variable which holds complex numbers. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we are going to discuss on data type conversion in Python. If you like this video, please share with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.